Welcome to a very refreshing hour of business talk. This is the Future of Cars with Game Changers, presented by SAP. The best-run businesses run SAP. You'll hear from the innovators who know how to use game-changing technologies and business strategies to shake up the status quo in the automotive industry and its supporting ecosystem, and help them move in exciting new directions. Now, here's your host and moderator, Bonnie D. Graham.
Hello, I'm Bonnie D. Graham, producer and host of The Future of Cars with Game Changers Radio, presented by SAP. I'm speaking with Deepak Babu, Director of Commercial Industries SAP at Dell Services, and I want to mention that Dell Services is a gold sponsor of the Best Practices for Automotive Conference in Detroit, Michigan, and that's where Deepak is right now. Deepak, welcome to Game Changers Radio. How are you?
Hello, Bonnie. Thank you very much. Yes, we are doing an exciting time here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, we're delighted to speak with you. Now, Deepak, our listeners around the world want to know, first of all, Dell Services, as I said, is a gold sponsor. A lot of valuable conversation is happening at the event. What do you think is the most valuable thing or the exciting or impactful new ideas that you're seeing in the trends right now at the event in 2016?
Absolutely. It's a great pleasure to talk about that. In my opinion, the automotive industry is in a crux of next level of disruption. We have seen everything from hybrid cars to the Teslas coming in, and the data that is being generated by these automotives is humongous. So the value of integrating the data that's coming in from the devices and the value of the data that's being done in these factory floors, and the same time insights that you drive out of all of these things provides innumerable potentials for companies that are really going into the digital world. So that's what I see from most of the automakers, OEMs, and the entire ecosystem that I speak with here, that how they are progressing.
Thank you. Very interesting. Can we talk about business models? I've been speaking with many of the people at the conference for the past couple of days, Deepak, and they're saying that new business models are going to come out of these trends. Anything you see that automotive companies in what we'll call the wider automotive industry landscape, because so many companies are involved now, so many types of companies. Anything you see as far as the top business models that you see will have the staying power going forward?
Certainly, there are the traditional automotive industry that depends on the car ownership, and the ideas around Uber investing in this is autonomous cars. Those kind of things will disrupt the industry, and what I see is that these things are here to stay. The autonomous cars and ride shares, these will have these are the future in which I envision it will stay, and it's already been proven day by day with the kind of new technologies that's actually impacting the industry.
Thank you very much. Now, there's something we do. It's a tradition on Game Changers Radio, Deepak, and I always ask my guests to look into the crystal ball. So I'll say to you, from your vantage point as Director of Commercial Industries, SAP, at Dell Services, look into the crystal ball, and I'd like you to predict, what do you think will be happening in, let's look out to the year 2025, which is almost a decade away. Coming out of the conversations you're participating in, the things you're hearing at this event right now, what do you think will happen in the next 10 years in automotive? Anything exciting you want to tell us about?
Absolutely. So, including automotive, inclusive of all the manufacturing industry, the companies, they are looking for new revenue potential. It is embedded in their IP. They're embedded in their data that they're generating in this process. The customers, as I see it, they are looking for opportunities to standardize it, go with the platform play, and at the same time have unlocked potential for new revenue opportunities. The IT, as opposed to being a cost center, they are starting to become true business partners in their business strategy, and that will have a significant impact in how their IT leaders are shaping the path forward. And if you ask me, the future of this whole industry is going to be in exploring newer revenue models. That's the simplest way to put it.
Thank you very much. Very exciting. And I have one last question for you. We talked about you as an event sponsor, the value of the event. If our listeners are hearing this and saying, best practices automotive, that sounds like a great place to be. Should I go to the event next year? I missed it in 2016. Why should I get that plane ticket or that train ticket or use an autonomous car to get me there in 2017? What would be the top reason you'd like to leave them with for why they should plan to attend next year?
Absolutely. Very valid question, Bonnie. We are doing it for the second year right now. Okay. The first year when we did it, we did a small presentation, and we saw the value of what this sponsorship brings in. So, in my opinion, okay, there is Sapphire. That's great. We need it. But this is much larger in scale. Sapphire is much larger in scale. This is very focused on automotive industry, and it is happening exactly in Detroit, which is the center of everything to do with automotive as of today. In the same time, the people who are coming in are really the leaders who are from the IT side of things, and some of them are from the business side of things. But bottom line is they are looking for very specific industry-focused ideas, and we are able to strike a much more meaningful conversations with these, individuals. Otherwise we'll be lost in the rest of the conversations. So I think, bottom line from our point of view, we find that this thing is a lot more meaningful, a lot more intimate, and hence we expect to carry these conversations forward. And that's the whole reason we invested in being a gold sponsor this year. So we're looking to do that next year as well. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, there's a reason for people to go. They can meet you, Deepak Babu, and they can meet your colleagues at Dell Services next year at the event. Thank you so much for taking time out of what I know is a very busy day for you at the Best Practices for Automotive Conference in Detroit. Deepak, it's been a real pleasure, and I'm going to sign off now. Bonnie D. Graham for the Future of Cars with Game Changers Radio. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Future of Cars with Game Changers, presented by SAP. The best-run businesses run SAP. To keep the conversation going, tweet your questions and comments to Twitter hashtag #SAPRADIO. Please join host Bonnie D. Graham again Tuesdays at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on the Business Channel. We wish you a positively game-changing week.